In today's vlog, we're picking things up from the first day of Epcot's International Food and Wine Festival. This is the Eat to the Beat concert series and the band Funkified. So that was the band Funkified at the American Gardens Theater as part of the Eat to the Beat concert series. And during the week, or most of the days during the middle of the week, they'll have cover bands like Funkified play the American Gardens Theater for Eat to the Beat. But there will also be some pretty big major artists other times during the week, especially on the weekends. Coming up during the festival, they have like the Baha Men, you know, Who Let the Dogs Out, Ray Parker Jr. from Ghostbusters, Toby Mac, Tiffany, Air Supply, Taylor Dane, Billy Ocean, Hanson, Hoobastank, Sugar Ray, Boys to Men, Boys to Men is going to be huge. It is going to be very packed for those. Sheila E., Big Bad Voodoo Daddy, 38 Special, a whole bunch of really exciting artists coming to the Eat to the Beat concert series during Epcot's International Food and Wine Festival. So a whole lot happening. I just took a nice break for maybe like an hour and a half where I was either inside or at the American Gardens Theater. So now I have a little more energy and the sun's starting to set or getting ready to set in a little bit. So I'm gonna try to head back over to the Greece Pavilion, see if they have that vegan dish available now, and then I'm gonna go to the Ireland Pavilion, or the Ireland booth, excuse me, the Greece booth and the Ireland booth, and we'll see what we're gonna do after that. Back to the Greece Pavilion and get the Impossible Musala. This is plant-based, and it obviously has the Impossible quote-unquote meat at the bottom of it. This looks really good. It's very, very messy. Okay, so there's definitely like a little brown sugar in it or something that's making it just a tiny bit sweet. Yeah, this is off the charts good. Another plant-based item, I've hit a few of them for you, and of course things like the griddled cheese that are just vegetarian. My friend Danielle, who was here with me earlier, she tried a lot of the meat items, and we're gonna talk about them on the podcast on Thursday, so stay tuned for that if you're looking for information on some of the items with meat. I'm gonna finish this and keep moving around the festival. I usually like to do the Belgian booth and get some Belgian waffles, but as you can see, it is a pretty big line today for it, so I think I'm going to skip it today. I'm still on my way to Ireland. They're definitely dealing with some opening day jitters here in Epcot for the Food and Wine Festival. I waited in line for about 10 minutes for the Brazilian cheesy bread, and then when I got up to the front of the line, they said that it was going to be another 15 minutes, that they had to make more. That is one of the most popular items at this festival. I'm surprised that they weren't really prepared for it, especially because they only have 2 food items at that booth. But that's something that I can wait a little later in the festival to try. Still now heading over towards the UK Pavilion and the Ireland booth, which is right outside the UK Pavilion. So a couple times in the last month or so, I've had videos where I've gotten bad news in the real world, and it's just been weird because I've been in theme parks. And today I actually got some really good news. So I wanted to share that as well. I mean, I can't share the news. It's to do with my real person job. I don't do this for a living yet. But so I got some really good news today, and that's just nice. I know that sometimes it's weird to get bad news when you're in a theme park and to hear things, whether they be, you know, people's health situations or, you know, stuff that goes wrong with somebody's job or whatever it is, that when you come as much as I come to the parks, it starts to be like a weird part of your everyday life. And today I got good news, so I wanted to share that with you. I stopped at the Ireland booth. There's only one thing in the Ireland booth I can get as somebody who is a vegetarian but does not drink alcohol, and that is the warm chocolate pudding cake. This is always really, really good. This is the first day of Epcot's International Food and Wine Festival, which is also the day after we lost Irish music legend Sinead O'Connor. And I know that wasn't her real name, but she was still going by that as her stage name, so I don't feel I'm like dead naming her or anything like that. That was pretty emotional for me. People know how big I am into my Irish heritage. I walked across Ireland last year to raise money and awareness for domestic violence. Like myself, Sinead O'Connor was a survivor of child abuse, and it's real sad that we lost her. She was an incredible voice, an incredible talent, but it also seems like an incredible person, even though she did deal with some troubles. So I just wanted to make mention of that while we're here, and now we're gonna have the warm chocolate pudding cake. This isn't a warm chocolate pudding cake. This is literally on fire. Oh my, that was like lava. But really, really good quality chocolate, and the icing is really good as well. I'm just happy that I can have something from the Ireland booth. Was really important to me. So, all right. I'm having a little more success getting items. It's getting a little cooler outside, so I might go back and see what I can get from some of the booths closer to the front. So in past years at this festival, there was a complete Impossible booth. But this year, the Impossible Burger Slider, which used to be at that booth, is at a booth focusing mainly on meat products. So they've actually been disappointing some people who were thinking they were just getting a regular burger slider, and they had to tell them, like, do you realize that this is vegan? So I wonder if that's gonna continue to be like an issue for people throughout the course of the festival. But I do think there are more vegan options than previous years. I'll have to really sit down and look at it just to see if that's actually the case. I have really, really liked this slider in past years, and it is thick this year.
Because you're young and energetic.
They still have the wasabi sauce, which is what makes this perfect. And wow, I don't know how they do such a good job cooking the Impossible. It just tastes like a really lean burger. I hate to say it every year. I think it's my favorite item of the festival. It's so good. So I'm gonna finish this. I might just end up riding Spaceship Earth and then heading out for the day. The park's open for like another 40 minutes or something like that. So I'm probably almost done for the night. I didn't feel like I had enough time to do the Remy scavenger hunt, but the prize for it this year is a pretty cool bag. And here I'm just giving you one of the Remys. This is at Coastal Eats, right by Test Track, or in between Test Track and the Connections store. There you go, there's one of the hidden Remys. Just an interesting tidbit about Spaceship Earth and specifically the moon landing scene. Next to the television, the family has a stack of records, and from what I've heard, they change the first record in that stack every once in a while. On this day, the ride slowed down for a few minutes. I was able to check what record was there, and it was the Swiss Family Robinson soundtrack. So right there behind me is our grand and miraculous Spaceship Earth. So I hope you enjoyed my video from the first day of Epcot's International Food and Wine Festival. I'm gonna be back in just a couple of days to try to bring you some more offerings. Obviously I couldn't eat everything the first day, so I'm gonna try to go in a couple days and bring you even more from Food and Wine. But I really liked what I had the chance to try today. And like I said, I'm hoping that maybe they will be in a better rhythm by the time I return. Just a couple of housekeeping things. I want to say that July is Disability Pride Month, and because of that, on Monday, July 24th, we posted a video where I talked with the Sarah Enigma, who suffers with chronic illness, and we had a whole video talking about chronic illness. I think that's really important and informative, and on top of all the fun, we try to do things that are maybe a little more productive, a little more helpful, a little more positive to the world. I also have Happily Ever After happening right in front of me too, so that's pretty cool as well. And with Disability Pride Month, we were also very disappointed in Universal for changing their Disability Access Pass. So that was last week's episode of the podcast where we talked about that. And then coming up next week, the one that will be going live on Thursday, August the 3rd, I will be talking to my good friend Danielle. We will be talking about some of the offerings here at Epcot's International Food and Wine Festival. Today, the first day of the festival, was Danielle's birthday. So happy birthday, Danielle, one of my absolute best friends. I had a Zoom call for my birthday where I had my 7 favorite people who aren't married to me, related to me, or members of Pearl Jam who were on a Zoom. They were my 7 favorite people who weren't related to me, and Danielle was one of them. So I really am happy that I got to spend part of her birthday with her, and I'm happy that she's going to be on the show on Thursday. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will talk to you all real soon.